the most extraordinary semi-final encounters in the competition's history. And in the end, Lamine Yamal kept out. Tears on the faces of the players and the fans in the stands. Because in the end, Davide Fratese's goal in extra time has sealed it, Gary Breen.
What a semi-final. Incredible. And now it's over to you, PSG and Arsenal. Can you match that?
A tough act to follow. The Giuseppe Meazza in raucous town. Lamine Yamal will get his time in this competition. There is little doubt. But Inter needed heroes from every corner of their squad, and they found them. 3-2 down, headed into added time. Jan Sommer saves over the course of the two ties. Quite unbelievable. He's in tears too. And Inter, much like they did in 2010, when they went all the way, beat Barcelona in a semi-final. Full time, Inter 4, Barcelona 3, 7-6 on aggregate.
This match was brought to you by Walkers, UEFA Champions League official sponsor.
Well, what an extraordinary game. Thanks so much to Gary and to Rob. As Rob mentioned there, Inter Milan did beat Barcelona in one of the most famous semi-finals ever back in 2010, but that was a very different second leg, a 1-0 affair that Jose Mourinho described as the most beautiful defeat of his career. They weren't beaten tonight. They dug this out. They won by 4-3. They've actually conceded more goals in these two matches, that's 6, than they had in the entirety of the competition up until this point. They'd only conceded 5 in 12 games. Kenny, how do you begin to explain how Inter have come through that?
Shay? Where to start was engrossing from start to finish. The beauty of this game for me was actually in its imperfection. I'm not going to say this game was perfect from start to finish at all levels of the game. There was moments of individual brilliance. We were pulling our hair out at times. Real kind of ebb and flow to the game. Huge amount of character showed from both sets of players. I'd have to say that. Young Yamal for me this evening, and he's actually gone up in my estimations. We know how good he is in terms as a footballer. Well, we've seen tonight in terms of what a strong character he is in terms of personality. Because 15 minutes into the second half, his game was falling apart, Yamal. He couldn't do anything right. And it almost felt as if single-handedly he brought Barcelona back into this game. But ultimately, for me, Owen, the fundamentals of the game over the years haven't changed. It's basically how effective you are in possession and out of possession of the football. Where Barcelona effective in possession over these two legs, absolutely scored 6 goals. Out of possession, not good enough.
Shay, you've had time to think about it now.
I don't know where to start. I mean, Rafinha scored in the 89th minute and you thought it was good night Vienna. You thought Inter Milan were out of the competition. Even some of the Inter Milan fans left. You could see the concourse getting full up with fans leaving. The fans believed. But I'll tell you what, these players believed. And Acerbi, they turn up in the 93rd minute. Acerbi, who's 37 years of age, by the way, in a heavy swamp pitch like that. And the finish, by the way, to make it free to go to extra time from a 37-year-old centre half, not a centre forward. It's just phenomenal. The game and everything we talk about. I know the guys, probably the goal scorers, will get a lot of the headlines, but Jan Sommer as well, as an ex-goalkeeper myself, some of the saves were just phenomenal. They really were. I mean, high-end saves. No, some goalkeepers would never get anywhere near them, so he deserves great credit as well. I mean, Martinez, we didn't think should start, didn't look fit, got a goal and I think an assist as well, won the penalty, didn't he? So I don't know where to start. I've got that much paper, that much stuff. The lads have done no homework. I think I've done too much homework after so many goals, so much talking points.
Well, I was going to say, I wouldn't be pushing Lautaro Martinez too hard there if you wanted to be fit for the semi-final or for the final, because he didn't look 100% today, but he was still centrally involved in the first half. You've got a lot of time for that man, Kenny, that young man who did his best tonight in trying circumstances. But Neil, ultimately Inter Milan got over the line in extra time, so why don't we start there, and the fact that they showed the composure, the one moment of composure with Fratese scoring the winner.
Yeah, I mean, it's a well-worked goal. It's poor. Listen, my tip was Inter to get through, but certainly not in the way that I would have imagined this tie to go. And, I'm going to sound like the Grinch here, but Barcelona have snatched...
Don't do it, Lenny. Don't do it.
They've snatched defeat from the jaws of victory. Their game management was poor, Owen. They've all the talent. They've all the attacking talent. They've scored 6 goals. but they're still out of the competition because they can't defend. And yeah, I mean, it's a great way to watch football at times, but when you come up against a team as street smart as Inter Milan and street savvy, you're going to get done, and that's what's happened to them tonight. And credit to Inzaghi and his men. You know, they stuck at it, but they were second best for long, long periods of the evening. And football's a cruel mistress sometimes, and they've got a lot to learn, Barcelona, from this.